Welcome everyone to Tuesday's Pilates workout. My name is Kristin Olson and I'm the owner of Absolute Pilates Studio. And just a few things before we begin our mat class that I wanted to tell you is just the props or the things that we'll need for class would be some towels. So if you have, again, grab a hand towel for supporting your head or your neck if you're lying on your back and your neck doesn't feel right, adding a little support to your neck will help. And then if you have a beach towel, that would be helpful as well. If you have a harder surfaced mat like a yoga mat and wood floor, then I recommend grabbing like a beach towel or a long towel to help support your spine if you're doing some rolling exercises, which we will be doing today. And then also, if you can find some wall space today, we're going to be doing just a few exercises at the end that would require you to stand tall up against a wall or close a door. You can go up against a door, will work just as fine. So while you guys are grabbing those things, I just have a few little bit of history here so that you guys know a little bit about Joseph Pilates, who created this type of workout. And it's actually a method that he created. And so before Pilates was even called Pilates, Joseph Pilates named it Contrology. So these are just a few little sentences that I want to read to you about his writings, about his work. So we'll start with: Contrology is complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. Through contrology, you first purposely acquire complete control of your own body, and then through proper repetition of its exercises, you gradually and progressively acquire that natural rhythm and coordination associated with all your subconscious activities. Another one, a quote from him is: Contrology develops the body uniformly, corrects wrong postures, restores physical vitality, invigorates the mind, and alleviates the spirit. And elevates the spirit. And then the last one is: Contrology is designed to give you suppleness, natural grace, and skill that will be unmistakably reflected in the way you walk, in the way you play, in the way you work. And so after the workout today, I want you to pay attention to how you feel afterwards. I call it the Pilates high, but basically it's the feeling of endurance and strength and control that goes with this workout. So I'm going to join you on a mat, and we're going to go through the Pilates mat exercises today. Again, if there's an exercise that doesn't agree with your body, please leave that out and then join us on the next exercise. And let's begin. So we're gonna walk all the way up to the front of our mat, and then we're gonna learn how to stand and sit down properly on the mat before we begin. So Pilates stance are heels together, toes apart. You're gonna take one hand on top of the other. You're gonna take one leg behind you, and you're going to pull your abdominal muscles in and up as you slowly lower yourself to your mat with control. Uncrisscross the legs, and then you're going to roll all the way down one vertebrae at a time to your mat. So we're going to start with, again, those 3 good breathing in and out of the nose breaths so that we can concentrate on anchoring our back and surface area into the mat. We're going to start with breathing in and lifting the arms this time. So inhale, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, reach your arms back over your head and try to pull your rib cage down at the same time. Okay? And then bring your arms back up on your inhale. And then on your exhale, press them down. Let's do another breath in again. And make that rib connection as your arms reach overhead. Try to pull your ribs down in the opposite direction of your arms. Bring your arms back up to the ceiling. And exhale down. And we're going to try this with straight legs on the last one. So notice that with straighter legs, it might be more challenging for you to get your lower back down to the mat. So just do the best you can to pull those lower abdominal muscles in and inhale again. Glue those heels together, toes apart. Exhale, do a full body stretch. Really reach, reach. And ribs down as best you can. And bring your arms back up and press them down. So the 100. This time we're going to tuck both knees into the chest. We're going to anchor that lower abdominal muscles into the mat with our low back, and you're going to curl up your head and your shoulders from here. Arms are at hip level, and then begin pumping the arms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the nose. Inhale and exhale. Tips of your shoulder blades off of the mat, and legs can go up, and legs can also lower down to your working level. Again, lower back stays anchored. And this is a warm-up exercise. One more breath in. One more exhale out for 5 pumps. Bend your knees into your chest. Your goal is to do those 100 pumps. The roll up, planting your feet down on your mat first. Inner thighs again are nice and engaged as you curl up, chin to chest. Grab the backs of your legs if you need to as you curl slowly up. So let's work on those roll up progressions first. Take an inhale. On your exhale, draw belly button to spine, stretching the low back. Splatting it slowly to your mat. Go about halfway down and take an exhale and curl forward. Again, you can use your hands, okay? Using the arms as an acting of resistance to help you pull deeper into the abdominal muscles to stretch your spine. And take another exhale to curl back up. So we're stretching the spine and engaging those abdominal muscles to help us lower down with control. And now we're going to do 3 more, just adding on some challenging or progressions to this movement. So as your head goes down all the way, now arms lift up, ribs pull down. Exhale, arms to the ceiling, lift the head up. Without momentum, curl forward. Straighten the legs. Lift your abdominal muscles up and over as you stretch. Roll back down. Exhale, 2 more. So inhale. Lift the head. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, arms go back. One more. Arms to the ceiling. Lift the head up. Exhale and stretch above the legs and thighs. And roll back down. Leg circles. So bring your arms down by your side. Bend your right knee into your chest. Bend or grab onto the leg and stretch the leg. Straighten the leg, stretch it. One more straight-legged stretch. Press your hands down by your side again. Lower abs are in and up and circling the leg for 5. Cross, around, up, 1. There's a lot of anchor points. Around, up, 2. Cross, around, up, 3. So the leg reaching long is anchored down. Hips are anchored down. Abs are pulling in and up. Reverse, out, around, up, 1. Take an exhale as the leg lifts up. Leg should feel like it makes a complete circle. Last one. Exhale up. Bend the knee into the chest. Switch legs. Left knee into chest. Stretch the leg first, nice and deep. Pull it in strong. Lift both legs up or bring the left leg up. Give that a good stretch, straight-legged stretch as best you can. Again, remember, you can bend the other leg as an anchor leg here. So we'll do 2 with the bent leg so you can see it. Cross, around, up, 1. Cross, around, lift, 2. The bigger the circles, the harder they get with the abdominal muscles. 2 more. And last one. Reverse. So as the leg moves, the strong lower abs, ribs down, helps anchor your leg movement. Bend the knee into the chest. And lower down that leg. For rolling like a ball, again, rolling up slow. Chin to chest, curl forward. Take your hands by your hips, lift your bottom up to your heels. And again, you can grab behind the thigh, shin area, or ankle area. The tighter you make the ball, the more challenging the exercise gets. And we'll do 6. So shoulders and head down. Relax those shoulders, stomach in strong. Balance first. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale and try to put the brakes on. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll in. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. So see if you can get your seat up off of the mat. Roll back. And exhale up. 2 more. Without using your neck or your head to press off of the mat. Last one. Inhale. Exhale up. Again, the balance is just as important here. So rest your feet now on the mat. Take your hands by your hips. Lift your bottom up. We're going to roll all the way down again to your mat for your abdominal series. Bring your right knee to your chest, right hand to ankle, left hand in front of the shin or the knee area. Again, you want your elbows to point out to the sides, engage your arm muscles, your biceps, your chest muscles as you, again, make resistance to push out that leg, but pull your abs in strong. Left leg up, curl up your upper body. We'll do 8. Switch. 1, switch. Push your hands, push your leg into your hands. Switch. 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 Stretch. And lengthen the other leg. Lengthen the other leg out. Last one in.
Tuck both knees into the chest. Inhale, arms and legs reach out. Abdominal muscles pull down. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, push out. Ribs pull down, lower abs pull in, and exhale, pull in. Again, this is that dynamic movement. And exhale, pull in. Eyes on stomach. Inhale, push out. Exhale, pull in. Last one, you gotta find what angle keeps your back down. Both legs up. At any time you can lower your head and switch. And switch. This is a straight leg as best as you can. Switch and try to reach up as high as you can. Switch. So double time and then pull and pull and pull and pull and pull. Both legs up. Just give your neck a little rest if you need to. Curl back up. Now again, the legs press away on your inhale. And on your exhale, they lift up to 90 degrees and hold. Inhale, they press away. Exhale, they come up. Again, tighter legs can look like this. Inhale, exhale, or hands here underneath the seat. Last one. And the crisscross. Bend the right knee in and twist to the right. 2, 3. Again, you're trying to lift up and forward. And switch. Up and forward. And switch. Keep breathing. And come down. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then we're going to roll up to a sitting position. Legs come outside of your mat. Flex feet, arms out in front of you for your spine stretch forward. So inhale, pretend you're up against a wall. Exhale, peel off of that wall. And then inhale and roll up. So let's see if we can make this deeper and deeper each time. Exhale the air. And inhale and roll back up. So here's your opposition. The head is going down, the stomach is pulling up. Inhale, create that resistance. My head is going down, my abs are pulling up, and roll back up. Let's do 2 more. Again, if you're a little tight, it can look like this. And remember, we want to stretch the lower part of your back here. So let's get some movement there on the last one. You can grab onto your toes, pull yourself a little lower for a stretch, and then roll back up. Open leg rocker. So again, we're going to work on the balance here first. Bringing the legs together. Grab onto your ankles, or again, tighter side for hamstrings. You can grab back here. Again, we're picking up the feet. And again, the spine is the most important part of this movement to lift tall. So stay tall and pick up a leg and hold. Again, it can be bent or straight. And lift the back, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades down, and now switch. Try to now balance the other leg up. Press up through the top of your head and neck, spine, and the leg is stretching. So now both legs, again, bent or straight or held here. Okay, so it can look like this. We'll do one version of rolling back with a little tighter leg. And up. So again, you have to still create the resistance with the arms and the legs pressing a little bit out and the stomach pulling up. Okay, so we'll do 3 more. If you're more on the flexible side, you're here. And you want to lift up, 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 almost like you're going to pitch too far forward. And roll back. Roll up. Try to really sit as far forward as you can without letting the legs fall down. And roll back. And roll up. Close the legs together for the corkscrew. The legs climb, the hands climb down the legs, and the legs remain up. Again, pressing down with your arms, and abs are pulled in strong. You circle the legs to the right, down around the left, stop in the center. Go to the left, keep breathing, around, exhale, up. So a few more. Circle around. Again, bigger you make them, the harder they get. Don't arch the low back. Keep it into the mat and don't let your stomach push out away from you. Your abdominal muscles need to pull in what we call scoop in to get you to maneuver the legs around in that circle. So we'll do one more to the left and around and back up, bend the knees into the chest again. You can roll up for your saw. Again, the legs are outside of your mat, arms are out to the side. Work on the rotation of twisting first. So inhale, twist deeply, then exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, lift up and twist deeply to the left, then scissor your arms, exhale, stretch. So again, let's concentrate on the next few more of getting just deeper into the stretch and the twist. Arms are in opposition. Inhale, up, tall, center, and twist. Exhale and stretch. Inhale, up, tall, twist. Pin your hips. Don't let your hips lift or your bottom lift off of the mat. Twist. Again, you can bend your knees. Because we want the spine to do the movement. We'll do one more set with a little bent leg of the spine stretch. And never forget about your powerhouse muscles pulling in and up to stretch. Bring your legs together, and we're going on to the stomach today for a few exercises. So again, cautioning you here, where when we lift up our upper body, you're supporting it by your abdominal muscles to support your low back, okay? Ideally, we're trying to actually get more arch out of your upper back, where it's really hard to get that movement of the spine. So we're going to work on that upper back, trying to arch and stretch. Again, glue the heels together, toes apart. Hands have to find a shoulder width or wider distance apart where you can press up and be able to do what we call the neck roll and remain up there for a few moments to do the stretch for the neck. So we're going to lift up, upper head first, shoulder blades pull down your back. Notice that I'm just pushing my arms and my shoulder blades down, and then I'm going to do a neck roll. I'm going to look to the right, roll my chin, deliberately down to the center, and then up, and then look left, and stretch the neck. While I'm pulling my abs in, I'm lowering back down. Fist to fist, or you can go parallel with your arms. Again, you are pressing down with your fists and your arms into the mat, and you are stretching the abdominal muscles here. Shoulder blades are pulling down. Single leg kick, soft foot, and tighter back, inner thigh, and bottom and seat. Back of the leg works. stretch, stretch. Don't think of it as a bounce, but a stretch, stretch. And stretch, stretch. Turn your head to one side, bring your hands up your back. Again, your most important part is to get the elbows down. Take both legs together and 1, 2, 3 as I pull it. Now press the legs down. Again, lift the upper body up and hold with feet pressing in. And exhale, turn your head the other way. 1, 2, 3. Lift, lift, lift. We're going to do it a little faster. And exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, hold the breath. One more. Exhale, 2, 3. You're flexible. You can interlock your thumbs. And last one. And 1, 2, 3. Lift, lift, lift. Hands by chest. Sit up to your hands and your knees and pull your abdominal muscles in and round your back to stretch. Get a good stretch right here through your lower back. And sit up and then turn around. Hip width apart with both legs for the neck pulled. Feet are flexed. Let's start hand on top of hand behind the back of the neck. And exhale, curl down. Stretch your spine along the legs and stack up. Now roll one vertebrae down. Again, you don't have to go all the way down. You go to here or here if you reach your hands in front, and then exhale, round forward. Flatten the back along the thighs, sit up tall. Feel like your neck is being pulled upright, and then you can roll down. You're lengthening your neck. And inhale, exhale. Flatten out the back, sit up tall. Remember, some exercises are a work in progress, as this one is for myself. Roll down. And then you could try hands behind you if you get stuck. Exhale down. You want to try to avoid lifting the legs up. They should be bolted to the mat. And this is our last one. Curl all the way down. And straighten up. And we're going to go through a few exercises called the rowing series. It's normally performed on a piece of equipment, but we can do it as well on a mat. So we're going to start with, again, either legs are a little bent if they feel a little tight to you. Sitting up on something, if you have something to sit up on, will help with the tighter hips or the hamstrings. So we're going to start here with, again, creating that resistance. You want to feel like you're resisting out the arms. So like I call these two fighter jets. They're glued, elbows are glued to the sides of my body. My abdominal muscles are pulling in and up. And I'm going to have this impeccable posture as I push out the arms. And then I'm going to press them down. And I'm going to grow taller. And then I'm going to lift my arms all the way up to the ceiling. Strong abdominal muscles. And then I'm going to press them down. So the breathing will look like this. Inhale, push out. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift all the way up, up, up. And then exhale and open. And again, inhale, press out. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, lift all the way up. And now exhale, grow taller, taller, taller. So your posture is just as important. The next one is starting from the hips. So flex the feet, glue the legs together, and slide your hands towards your heels. Again, abdominal muscles are pulling in the opposite direction here. And then you're going to stack the spine up with the arms in front of you. Then lift the arms and then press them out. And again, you're going to slide to your heels. Pull abs in and stack the spine. Inhale, lift. Again, as my arms go up, my abdominal muscles are pulling in. And exhale, press out. So one more. Create that work and energy. Push out to your heels. And stack the spine. And then lift up tall, taller, tallest, and then press your arms down. And then again, you're going to crisscross the legs in. Again, if that feels uncomfortable, bend the knees, sit up again on something. That always does help with the hips. Palms are facing in front of you. We've done this last week, which is called shaving and then hug. Arms are going to lift up. They're going to make thumb and pinky fingers together, and you're going to pull the arms down to ideally the base of the neck, and then press your arms back up while you're pulling your abdominal muscles in and up. So again, pull the arms down and press up. You can be a little slightly pitched forward because you want your abdominal muscles again to be the piece to push the arms up. And now your arms are going to open out to the sides. This is a little tricky where, again, your shoulder, then your elbow, and then your hand. So think about a drop of water coming down to your thumb or your finger. So you're tipping up your elbows slightly and then closing them. And again, pressing them apart. What you want to feel the work in is in the sideline muscles, in the side of the muscles here, and into the side of the arm, and into the chest. So that's why the elbow isn't bent down. It's lifted to get those lat muscles here to work. And open. And exhale. And inhale. Again, taller. And one more. And open and come down. So that's some of the rowing, and with the apparatus we use spring resistance to help us do those movements. All right, we are on to legs straight out. We're going to lay on our side for a little side kick series. So we again position the hips to the back edge of our mat. Make sure again the elbow is along that back edge, propped up, supporting your head. Your neck should be nice and long. It's not tucked in. Again, if it feels uncomfortable, you can take your pillow, put your head down on your pillow with your arm out straight. Both feet to the front of the mat. Other hand presses into your waist. Lift the top leg up to hip level. And as you give the leg a good stretch to the front, do two little stretches or reaches, and then reach, reach. Bottom leg stays pinned. One, back, back. The hip remains stacked, hip on top of hip. And back, back. Both legs together. We're going to cross that bent knee is going to point up to the ceiling. We're going to grab behind the ankle, plant the foot down, kneecap is up. And you're going to slide the leg, the straight bottom leg back a little bit and then lift up that leg. And you're going to circle the leg. Around, up, hold one. Around, up, hold two. Make your best circle. Point your toe down, heel up. Toe down, heel up. Reverse. Around, up one. Around, lift two. Around, lift three. Around, lift four, bring the leg down, bring the top leg down to the bottom leg. So we're going to sit up and change sides. Either head up or head down, both feet in front.
Feel the edge of your mat so you're nice and stacked with good alignment. Alignment's always more important. And lift the top leg up to hip level and stretch, stretch, back, back. Feel the ease of the hip trying to stay looser to get that mobility of the leg while your, again, powerhouse muscles are supporting the stretch and the length of the leg. Up, then bend the knee, plant the foot down, lift the bottom, slide the bottom leg back and lift it up, knee up as best you can, toe pointing down, heel up, lift the leg, circle, around up 1, around up 2, around up 3, make your best circle, around up 4, give it all you got, around up 1, around up 2, around up 3, and around lift 4, and bring the leg down. Top leg down to bottom leg. We're gonna come up to a sitting position. And from here, we're into a plank position. So again, plank positions are, again, with good form, we want that back to be straight without dropping the lower spine, Pilates stance. And then first see if you can push your heels back and then lift your toes up. And have a little bit of that forward and back. It's a great stretch for your calves and ankles. And staying in that plank. And then bend the knees down for just a moment. If you want to challenge yourself, you can lift one leg up. We'll do 3 on one leg and then 3 on the other leg. And if not, you can just keep both feet in that same position to do that, both legs back and forth. So up, one leg lifts up, and we're going to push back and forward, and 2, and forward, and 3, and forward, and switch, lift the other leg up, and back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward. Lower that foot down, bend your knees. Then we're going to turn around to the other side. So now we're going to take both hands, either the fingertips are pointing towards you. You can turn them a little bit to the sides. So whatever is more comfortable for your wrists. Your wrists are going to work and your hands are going to work quite a bit, but it's great for climbers. Again, take breaks if you need to take it. We're going to lift up the bottom if you can with both, pressing down the heels and lifting up. And we're just going to hold. And we're going to come down. Again, a version that you might want to try if it's harder for the wrists is that bridge, okay? And coming down. One vertebrae at a time. So we're going to just progress into this next one. For those of you that, again, want to try a little bit more of that challenge or that movement for this, it's a single leg kicking up and down. We're going to do 3 on each leg again. So lifting up. Try to not drop the hips. So it's a kick up, press down, kick up, press down. You can point and then flex, point and then flex, point and then flex, point and then flex, and come down. And just take a bow forward and stretch. And now we're going to go onto the stomach to do another new exercise that I haven't introduced yet, which is called swimming. Swimming is an exercise that you want to lift both the extremities up out of the mat and try to alternate arms and legs going up and down. So we're going to attempt swimming today, which is onto our stomachs. One of the great teachers of Pilates, Ramana, she always said, a shark is chasing you. So that's a good visual to give yourself some energy to lift up out of that movement. So you want to lift first,
Opposite arm and opposite leg. Head up out of the water. And then in 3 breaths, you're going to try to alternate as quickly as you can. So inhale, exhale. One more breath. And you can sit back to your heels. And come back up. And so now we're going to finish with the teaser and the seal. Both feet out in front of you. Rolling down to your mat. And we talked about the teaser last week, doing that single leg teaser, rolling up and down. Again, building endurance is kind of the key component here, so that our goal is to lift both legs up. So we want one leg up, glued knee to knee. The bent leg is really anchoring down as best as you can. So you got to find an angle that you can roll up to that leg and down to. Arms to the ceiling. You're going to lift up from the head again, chin to chest. Grab the backs of your legs. If you get stuck, you can hold right here and just pull your abdominal muscles in the opposite direction. If some of you can get to roll up, then you're all the way up. Abdominal muscles are pulling back. And you're going to roll 1 vertebrae down. So 2 more. Always exhale when the going gets tough. So usually I'm exhaling when I'm starting to get that hard part through my movement. Right about here is when I'm going to take that exhale. And then we're going to switch legs. Very important to keep the inner thighs again engaged so that you can try to hold not just the weight of your leg through tightening up through the hip. So again, it's slightly turned out. Plant that foot, arms up. Let's go for 3 more. And roll back down. So if somebody were to reach for my fingers and try to help pull me up, I'm pulling my abdominal muscles back to my spine, and then I'm rolling back down. And then 1 more. I used to be here just hanging out here for many, many months until I knew that I had the strength as I built it up to work towards that roll up. Okay, and bend the leg down. So roll up to sitting for the seal, and we're going to scoot as close to the front of our mat so we have room to roll back again. Again, the hands go down together behind the heels so that you hold onto the side of your ankle or heel area. And then we want the feet staying together. We want the knees to open out apart, and we want to use our hips to do that movement of opening and closing. If you like to do the 3 claps over your head, you can do those, and I'll just do a few of each. And we're going to then, on the 6th one, if you know how to stand up, crossing one leg, reaching the arms up, stand up. If not, just stand up when you can, and we'll join you on some of those standing movements that we talked about at the end. So 1, 2, 3. Balance first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This next one, my feet are going further over, but my head isn't going to do the pushing off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cross and stand up. Pilates stance, press arms down by your side. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, let's do Okay. We're gonna, again, my head will be cut off, but you're gonna see a foot and ankle exercise that we do with your feet, okay? Maybe if I slide this back a little bit, you can get my full view here. Not quite, but let's see if I can bring it up now a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Again, your Pilates stance, I'm gonna face you for a few, and then we'll do a few in the side view so you can see from that viewpoint. That might help. So again, Pilates stance, and you're first going to bend the knees as far down as you can without letting your heels lift up. So we bend the knees till I can't lift my heels. Then I'm going to lift my heels. Straighten your legs, and then you're going to lower your heels. So 3 more. Bend the knees, lift the heels, straighten the legs, and lower the heels. Bend the knees, abdominal muscles pull in and up, lift my heels. Now zip up the legs, inner thighs, and heels press down, okay? Now we're gonna just do that same exercise. We're gonna reverse it. We're gonna go from the side view. So again, you're going to lift your heels first. When you bend your knees, your abdominal muscles are pulling in, and you're pretending they're up against a wall as you bend down. Lower your heels, and then straighten the legs. So I put one hand on my stomach, one hand on my back, so that I know that I'm using my powerhouse muscles through that movement. So I lift my heels, I stay in tall, I then bend the knees, lower the heels, and then straighten up. Lift the heels and hold, freeze. Bend the knees and pause. Press the heels down and straighten the legs. And you have one more. Lift the heels, bend the knees, lower the heels, and straighten the legs. So again, it's challenging you to get that ankle mobility. That footwork is important. I want you to challenge yourself at home. If you'd like to, you can stand up on the edge of a step to do the movement. We use like a 2x4 in the studio, and we stand on the 2x4 to do that extra added down and up to get really good ankle and foot mobility. Again, one more important thing is making sure that your big toe and your pinky toe are pressed firmly equally across your foot. So you're not living on either the edge or you're living on into your big toe area. So make sure you feel equally distributed there. Okay, so then we're going to finish with the wall exercise. This is another just classic movement that you can do at home or at work anytime, just to get that idea of really good posture so that you can carry on the day with an ease of movement. Okay, so I have that mat behind me. I'm going to be up against the mat, and I'm going to go through the wall exercise with you right now. Let's see if we can get the camera a little closer. Let's do a quick little adjustment here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Okay. All right, so for the wall exercise, I'm going to start with my heels together, toes apart, Pilates stance. I'm going to just get an idea of where my body can be standing upright. So I don't want you to force your head back if it doesn't go all the way back, or your shoulders all the way back if they don't go back. Just stand tall where you can and find what surface area you can get up against the wall without forcing any part of your body to do, this back and in, okay, too much. So then from there, what I notice is that the most important part that we want to work on is getting this gap or space that you feel here. Like I can get, it's like a bridge is right back here. So I'm going to walk my feet out little by little, and then I'm going to pull harder into my abdominal muscles to see if I can minimize the amount of steps that I can get out walking my feet, with then checking to see if I can get my back glued to the wall. Okay, so I have to go about that far. For some of you, maybe, again, a little like concentrate on lower abs and just bending the knees a little bit, and that might get your back a little bit deeper into the wall. Just depends on how much sway or arch you have in your low back. Some have a lot, some have a little. So from here, I'm going to remain with my powerhouse muscles. I'm already working here, okay? And my feet are planted down into the mat nice and equal and firm. So now I'm going to lift my arms up to do 4 arm circles. The challenge here is as the arms go up, my rib cage again can't pop out. I got to pull those ribs down and in. So inhale up. It's harder to reach your arms up above the head. So go again where you can go without getting any surface area with your back away from the wall. You want to just keep your back glued to the wall. Okay, nothing's moving it. And reverse. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up, really working hard at gluing my spine and surface area to the wall. Most important part. Okay, from there I'm going to peel off of the wall. So I'm going to lower my head down first, and then I'm going to feel like a fist kind of hit just below my chest. I'm going to try to fold right at where my fist is. You don't have to do that with your body. You can just visualize it. And then here, and I'm going to peel 1 vertebrae off the wall at a time. And then I'm going to hang down here a little bit, relax my arms, and just do some circling of the arms. Once you get them going, just let them hang. You don't even have to feel like you're moving them once they're circling. You're just hanging out. And then you're going to roll 1 vertebrae. Now again, you're starting from your lower abdominal muscles. Again, if I can't get this part first, I'm going to, I might have to bend my knees and get my hips a little bit underneath me and then pull really strong, because that's my little harder spot in my body that I have to work a little harder at, and roll back up. And then there's just some wall squats that we can, from here we lift the heels apart, and then you're parallel with both legs, and you can walk your legs out a little bit more in front of you. Just don't let the knee, when you slide down the wall, go past your big toe. So sliding down the wall, the arms lift out in front. You can hold these as long as you would like. Again, as long as pulling in and up from the abdominal muscles in the back is anchored. And again, you feel the strong quad muscles working, feet planting down, equally pressing. So as I press down through my legs, my arms press down at the same time. So I'm going to do 1 more. You can go up to 3 or 4 of these. Again, quality over quantity. See if you can, again, hold a really good form plank or squat, standing squat, and then exhale, press up. Okay, now the good stuff comes, where you want to see if you can make some improvement here with your back getting closer to the wall when you walk your feet back. So I'm going to glue my heels together, toes apart. I'm going to take little steps, but as I step back, I'm going to pull these muscles in even stronger and deeper
as I walk back till my heels go all the way back to the wall. Now again, there will be space there possibly, but did you get closer than when you started? In one motion, you press your hands into the wall, you pull your abs in and up, and you you step one movement off of the wall in one piece. And that is your wall exercise. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Come back and visit me again for Thursday. I hope you feel better throughout your day, and that just take note of how you feel for the next few hours. If Pilates is helping you carry on just the stress or the workload, or you're at home and you're with the kids, whatever that may be for your new normal, I hope that, again, Pilates can help you throughout your day. So see you Thursday. Thanks for coming.